Kamen Rider Zest is on the horizon, and he's laid his fucking balls on the table. With capsem hitting the field soon and really cool sounds, I low-key want to see how they stack with all the other balls in the sack. So let's look at all the other important tokusatsu balls that have existed. I am excluding finisher balls for this video. First up is Tenku Lai balls from Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger. Much like other balls, they exist pretty much just to summon the mecha. They're full of chi, and each tied to a ki beast in the form of Ryu, Shishi, Tenma, Kirin, and Ho-Oh mythical beasts. There is also a tiger who is piloted by Kiba Ranger, and it is worth mentioning that Tiger has balls inside of it that are used to activate its finishers, but as far as I remember, only fire was ever used. Also, Daireno is controlled by those cool plasma balls that we all wanted as a kid. What can I say? You know, they're the balls that started it all. They're peak balls. I really enjoyed seeing them in Dai Ranger whenever they whip their balls out. I know they're about to do some ballin' with that kick-ass choreography and ball-to-ball action that is Daireno kicking some serious fucking ass. Anyway, they're great balls, much like all the other balls. There's no really bad balls except for the last balls, but don't worry, we got more balls coming at you. Very similar to Lai balls is the Gao Jewels, probably some of the most influential and iconic balls from Tokusatsu. Each one features a miniature statue of their respective animals and are once again used to summon the mecha along with a cool little tune, and they're incredibly aesthetically pleasing. If you're looking to get some for yourself, Gao Gao Shop makes them by hand, and I'll leave a link to their Instagram to contact them in the description. They're really amazing, and I had the pleasure of seeing some at Power Morphicon, and they are incredibly well made. They are literally peak balls. I really don't have to introduce the Gao Jewels to you. Everybody knows Gao Jewels because everyone grew up on fucking Wild Force somehow. Even the kids like these days are probably watching reruns of Wild Force and thinking it's the shit because it was. Danny and Max are literally my goats. As balls, I don't really have any complaints. They balls, they got animals, and they put bitches on the walls. It's not much harder than that. Although, I will say I have an incredibly minor complaint for the show, and that's they only put the ball in the dagger to summon the ball guys. They don't do it just to attack. I wanted to see a ball finisher, kind of like what Gao Silver or Merrick has going on, where he does like the laser cue. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows that they play fucking pool to kill motherfuckers in that show. This one's really short. This one's also pretty iconic. Of course, not on the same level as Gao Jewels, and that is Karakuri balls. Karakuri balls are these little balls that are summoned by the mecha in Hurricaneger, specifically to give them weapons. They've got shit to them like a flower axe, a turtle mace, a ram hammer, a snake sword, shell spike, I can't remember which animal that is, and occasionally they actually lend themselves to creating combination pieces. Like he was called Mini Zord in Ninja Storm, he's in there, and then there's a bigger version of Mini Zord that creates the big clusterfuck. God, Hurricaneger is such a good clusterfuck. I gotta keep it a ball. Out of all the nuts we've looked at so far, I think these are the most silly, and I think they're the most silly through the whole video simply because all of the weapons inside have stupid fucking faces on them, and it's hilarious. Like, obviously, Minizord has a face, he's a little robot guy, but the axe, the sword, the flower, the bee, there's a bee as well. They all just have fucking faces on them, and I think it's so funny. I don't know if they're sentient or not, I think they are, but I still think they're really funny. Of course, those are not the only balls in Hurricaneger. There is a final ball that I failed to mention, and that is, of course, the Shuriken ball. Shurikenger's personal henshin device. It is fucking sick! It is a ball with a button that spins. That's it. That's all it does. Nothing else. That's it. Fucking Tenku, Shinobi Change, or fucking Samurai Storm, Ranger Form. That's it. That's all it is. It's peak #1 ball. Shurikenger knows ball. It's icon time! Icons are the main gimmick of Kamen Rider Ghost, and they are the only Kamen Rider entry for balls until capsems. They are based on various luminary historical figures and spooky eyes. Ooh! Icons are those fun gimmicks where getting the SG or GP versions are fine, because they're basically the same as the DX version, which is fucking sick. And the sounds and all the drivers are actually pretty cool. I like all the little rhymes they do. Haro, Aro, and Ringo Garaka. There's another one that's really good. Wazui-jan, Suge Magician. I honestly think they're super fun, and I have a whole video about Grateful and how important icons are to Ghost if you want to check that out. But more importantly, as balls, they low-key kind of fail. Why? They got little legs on them. They're eyeballs, but they can't ball, and that makes me mad. All jokes aside, I think they're awesome. I'm a big fan. I like all of the designs. I think the only one I don't like is Himiko, and that's because the Damashi's a little lame, which is weird to say. But I think they're all pretty fucking cool still anyway. Especially Benkei with... Dude, Benkei's the GOAT. Benkei was carrying Takaru and Ghost. Rewatch Ghost. You'll see Benkei was putting up fucking numbers. Q no Q. Okay, it's Q Ranger time. This whole video is kind of inspired by Q Ranger because their whole thing is balls. Q Tama. Tama means balls. Fun fact, Q Ranger was my first Super Sentai I ever saw, and I've been in love with it ever since I saw Naga go apeshit. I don't really have to say anything about these balls because everything you need to know about them is written on them, except for the fact that they grow big and are the cockpits. That's right. Q Ranger has a really cool multiple cockpit kind of thing going on where they're inside their gyroscopic mega mecha Q-Tama and they're rotating around kicking serious ass. Also, all of the pieces can be both a foot and a hand, which is really, really cool. It's a shame Q-Reno didn't sell as good as I think it should have. Q-Reno, Uteo, Gigantoa I can see, but I'm gonna be real with you, we normally start falling off by the fourth quarter mecha point. I'm gonna keep it a stack. And the combinations, because of how Q-Reno and Ruteo work specifically, were kind of lacking. But other than that, holy shit are they fucking sick. There's 88 of them in the show, and while all of them didn't get fully released, and there's not sounds for all of them, I think they're all aesthetically really nice. My favorite is probably the Argo ship, because it's just a little boat inside, and I think that's really cool, like, naturally. Also, Orion is cool. I like the way the Orion one looks. I really like all the chains Q-Tama and most of the skull Q-Tama as well. It's so simple, so fresh, really gets the point of class. Dude, I fucking love Q-Tama, man. Watch Q Ranger if you haven't. I'm rewatching it right now. This is my third time watching it, and dude, it's so fucking Kino. You should, oh god, you should watch Q Ranger. Q-Tama are probably my favorite balls in the sack. I'll be honest. It's time for final ball. If you know ball, you know the balls that are left, and you know that these balls are the worst balls of all the balls. The Cosmic Fury Orbs. I'm sorry. In the show, they're just glowing balls. The props that they made for them and got released in the Heritage auctions were actually low-key kind of sick. They were kind of cooking with them. But the toy is ass. It ain't do nothing with no balls. Buddy, it's a gray block with a dinosaur face on it. If I was 9, that would be... If I was, like, 4, that would be awesome. I was a bit sophisticated as a 9-year-old, I'll be honest. I'm not going to sell myself short that way. But it hurts me to say this, especially because, you know, Cosmic Fury is the final series of Power Rangers, but they didn't do nothing. They don't have the ball sauce that Q Ranger had. Their balls were sauceless. In the show. The props were nice. I liked them. I would have liked to have gotten one. It's a real sad day to be a Power Rangers fan to know that they don't know ball. Cosmic Fury does not know ball. That's all the balls I found. How do you think captions will fare in this thing? You think they'll beat Icons, be worse than Icons? Beat Q-Tama, be worse than Q-Tama? I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm pretty hyped for them, and I'm pretty hyped for Zest in general. I'm looking forward to it. All this stuff's really cool. Let me know if you're looking forward to it in the comments. And that's kind of it. Oh, who am I kidding? Gorgeous balls are the best balls.